There's going to be some changes coming to Twitter, the supposed free speech site where you, the common person, are the media now, as he says.
Okay, so yeah, I saw this. Unusual Whales had tweeted this out. This is a little bit hard for me to read. Elon Musk says that the X algorithm is changing to penalize negativity, promote informational, entertaining content, and increase unregretted user time. What did he actually say here? Algorithm tweaks coming soon to promote more informational, entertaining content. We will publish the changes to XENG, or English. Our goal is to maximize unregretted user seconds. Too much negativity is being pushed that technically grows user time, but not unregretted user time. Unregretted user time sounds like the gayest fucking new term, like a malinformation or one of these things that you come up with just to kind of protect your own assets.
Is he talking about me wasting 6 years on Twitter?
Oh, you didn't have fun on Twitter?
To get basically no benefit to my career? Because that's a lot of regrets. Is it because it's negative? Is there too much negativity on Twitter?
Well, I enjoy negative content on Twitter. That's why I go there. I want to see people saying all the negative. I want the strong criticisms, but Elon seems like after this video dropped, I saw him tweeting a lot saying things like please, can we be more positive on this site? Can we all just get along?
Positivity. Just get along, guys.
Yeah.
It's not like this is a site where one of the only use cases is to discuss and dissect news, breaking news. And guess what, folks? A lot of the news out there is negative. There's not a lot of good news these days. And there's reasons for that. Primarily, people want important information, and usually important, critical information that affects your day-to-day standard of living is going to cover negative things. And when people see negative things, it turns into a negative conversation. I really don't understand what's so difficult for these Silicon Valley types to grasp. YouTube, getting rid of dislikes. There's no sites now where there's like public dislikes. Oh, except for Reddit, where the entire conversation is controlled by micro-fascist admins anyway,
but
that
hold
limit
on.
what is even said in the first place.
Doesn't it seem like Reddit has become closer to the bastion of free speech? Because it held true to its original thing. As every other site changed, Reddit at least still allows you to downvote things, which is good.
It's an illusion of choice, Rusty. Because in order to be able to participate in the conversation on most major subreddits anyway, you must first pass a firewall of acceptability from dozens of admins who have an existing standard of political correctness and what is considered acceptable to say. And your comment won't even be publicly viewable unless you meet this initial filter, and then you're free to be downvoted. But who needs a downvote when you've already filtered out anyone who could possibly disagree with any sort of controversial stance you may have in the first place?
So now let's compare that to what Twitter was before Elon Musk took over. The entire criticism of Twitter, which, let me go back a little bit. I remember when I first really heard of Twitter, it used to be like a nonsense site, I don't know, maybe in 2008, but it was whenever, during the Arab Spring, is whenever I first heard about it, because they'd shut down the internet in wherever the fuck that happened.
That's where Twitter started to become a serious place to discuss breaking news that
was happening.
The point of going to Twitter is that you get the news faster than any other site, because that's where the boots on the ground journalists, the amateur journalists, independent journalists, not beholden to any sort of big mainstream corporate entity, they would be boots on the ground live in these locations. And this is still very much one of the few positive and like valuable things for Twitter. It is live, instantaneous journalism from people like in the physical locations where the news is happening, so you can see the primary source information.
Exactly. So while Twitter was, like with the Twitter files, that was a huge thing. It was revealed finally that there was actual evidence of shadow banning of accounts, devaluing posts so they get shared less.
And this is after the 2016 election.
Right.
There's huge government pressure suddenly. Remember when the Russian collusion was a huge thing? Oh my God, they're influencing our elections, guys. It's not the years and years of garbage public policy and corruption and blatant corporate greed, insider trading, and taking money from lobbyists that is causing people to vote against our candidates. No, it's Russian bots. So now we have to go on to every social media and make sure that they're compliant with not allowing negativity to spread.
So, all right. So what is Elon actually saying here? Because it seems like what he considers too much negativity is being pushed, and they would like to limit unregretted user time. Unregretted means nothing. That is a vague term that anyone can... That's the dystopian fucking Orwellian bullshit.
It's a corporate Silicon Valley buzzword that has no direct operational definition. It means what he wants it to mean. In context, I assume it means people getting burnt out from Twitter, and that affects user retention, causing the overall monthly users to go down. Because, look, Twitter is a toxic hellhole. That's most sites on the internet now.
Yeah, I love it, though.
But all of a sudden, negativity is a problem now, the second it affects Elon personally.
All right. So I have not been paying attention to Sky Blue, which popped up a few months ago, and that was supposed to be the alternative to X that wasn't right-wing and toxic or fucking whatever.
Yeah, well, that's Jack Dorsey's pet project, the guy who originally made Twitter so obnoxious and unlikable after the 2016 election in the first place. And then Elon basically took over saying, oh, Twitter is for free speech now. You are the media. You can post anything to Twitter and you won't get banned. Not really, apparently, now that Elon is under fire from his former followers for basically just completely walking back his supposed political posturing from the last 3 months. Now it's a problem. Now we have to look at taking away user speech because I'm personally affected and my little private playground of sycophants kissing my ass is starting to crumble a little bit.
Yeah, because it actually hurts his business when he sees that he has a bad idea that most people seem to disagree with and heavily like posts criticizing him rather than just agreeing with him. So is he actually going to be limiting the reach of these Twitter posts in the same way, or is he bringing back shadow banning? Or here's another aspect of all this that I think about a lot. We as normies, and I mean normies in the sense of we are not in the billionaire inside Intel
right,
class.
We're not invited to the private sex parties.
Like
we
Mr. Beast.
We don't go out on a yacht 17 days a year and do the most ungodly satanic things you can imagine.
Yeah, and so I wonder if well, all that aside, all the satanic child SA unaliving and sacrificing and disappearing from their reality realm of life, is he still compromised by Intel? Is he presenting this platform now as though, oh, we figured out the problem, we got rid of all the bad guys, and now it's free speech again? Trying to maybe make it a honeypot? Is he still beholden to the CIA, or not the CIA, but whoever knows, like fucking Mossad?
Well, the effects of this proposed algorithm change...
Or is it all ego, I guess is what I'm saying.
I'm leaning more towards ego, because Elon probably already does a bunch of stuff that is kind of in conflict with what the status quo corporate plutocrats of our modern society would probably want.
Yeah.
And there is some empowering things about Twitter, the modern state of Elon's Twitter. I was very skeptical at first, but I must admit that, at least for the past couple years, it really has opened up where it's like, thank God, you don't have to worry about saying some slightly offhanded thing and getting completely banned.
That's right.
But the tides might be changing again. You're doomed to become what you hate, apparently.
Well,
but we'll see the long-term effects and possibly check in on this.
Okay, before I flip to this next slide, one of the things that I have been seeing is, all right, whenever Elon took over, he started bringing people back like Alex Jones, and Alex Jones had a huge regained a huge platform and audience on X, and he brought back a lot of banned people. I think Trump was even one of those in there. He won't bring back Nicholas Fuentes for, I don't know why. I mean, I guess just it's not really free speech at that point.
Nick Fuentes isn't on Twitter?
I don't know. Is he fucking...
He's been on Twitter this whole time.
Okay, fucking cut all that out. So do you know the guy Ian Carroll? He's like the cancel this clothing company.
I'm not sure about that.
He's like this, looks into quote unquote conspiracies. I don't really think they're conspiracies. He's trying to like find out who is behind certain products being sold in stores and who's behind media and stuff. And it kind of leads him down this financial rabbit hole. And Elon was tweeting out something where he was questioning what the big deal about, the support for Zionism or Israel. And so he kind of pimped him by showing all this information. And I wonder how Elon will respond to that, or is he just going to ban him?
Well, Rusty, I've personally never seen as much racism and hatred for other ethnic groups on Twitter as there is right now. So I'm not sure that's the problem that is being addressed. But it seems like definitely some people crossed over into Elon's personal bubble, whatever that may be, to further his own private business interests. But it's interesting how there are cracks showing in the supposed Mr. Free Speed absolutist, I'm going to buy this site and deliver everyone from Jack Dorsey's horrible hellhole authoritarian piece of shit website that banned everyone.
Well, I didn't really have a problem with this one tweet or post or whatever. Great free speech platform, and then there's a word that I'm not sure if I can say live. Faggot.
Oh yeah, well, is that what that word is?
Well, I just thought it'd be funny, and I mean that tweet did pretty well. It got like 17,000 likes and.
Rusty, I thought you used to be verified. Did Elon Musk see this message and de-verify your account?
I don't know. I
because
actually do need to check in on that.
A lot of the word is that a lot of the people who were criticizing Elon over his H-1B opinions, they got stripped of their verification, which is supposed to, if the verification is advertised to promote your tweets and reach to more people.
Dude, he fucking did. First off, all right, so he destroys verification. So verification was supposed to be on the old Twitter. It was like that's how you knew someone was credible or an authorized person that you're supposed to listen to, a proper Snope detective or whatever. And so he took all that away, made anyone so they can get verified as long as they pay, and now he's adding back in the aspect of verification being a proper tool. So you can only reply to him. I'm not sure if this is still the case, but you can only reply to his tweets if you're verified. So you have to pay in order to criticize Elon Musk or to communicate with the verifieds. Yeah. These fucking internet elites eat shit with your check marks, the golden or blue or whatever.
The new verification system, it is a little annoying. It's interesting that the specific pay pigs have to out themselves if they want to become the massive Elon ass sucker.
I saw a lot of Elon ass suckers switching sides. Like people who would constantly be in his replies saying like Elon, or trying to make posts, getting him to reply so they can.
Oh my God, it's the most obnoxious.
Ian Miles Chong.
God, these people are so pathetic. Elon, I paid for the $8. Can you respond to me? Respond to my tweet. God, these people are pathetic. But I think overall, it's still less obnoxious than the old verification system where, like, the friend of some guy who codes at Twitter who, like, got his dick sucked by some bitch, she would get verified because of that. But,
50
YouTubers with 1 million subscribers who get, like, more views per month than some cable TV channels, they would not be verified, and people could just fucking impersonate them and tweet whatever the hell they wanted, and they would get blamed for saying it.
It's a lame club. It's a lame club to make this like cool kids table on the internet. Where, and I'm not even gonna lie, I was trying to get verified on the old Twitter. I went through the steps of, oh, you have to have this many posts on, like sourced posts on IMDb or something, or be in all this content.
You have to. You know what it was? Because I applied also, and they rejected me as well.
Yeah, I got rejected.
And they said that you have to have like 3 published news articles from accredited news sources in the past 6 months in order to meet the standard of notability. Again, appeal to old media, appeal to like high concentrations of corporate power. And what agencies did to get their people verified is they would literally like open up fake publications, like fake fluff publications, and you would pay like $30,000, which if you're bringing $1 million a month on YouTube, it doesn't even fucking matter to you. It's just throwaway money. But you'd pay like $30,000 to an agency, and they would come out with like literally 5 like fake fluff piece articles,
right?
Simply so you can meet the Jack Dorsey's requirements for notability and getting actually verified on Twitter so that people can't fucking impersonate you.
Now, I did see this. I know we are going to go over the super chats at a certain break, but Paul says, I sent Elon an email that verification should cost $250,000, trivial for corporations, doable for top creators. That seems like a lot of money.
That's a lot of money to have a blue check mark just so that you could be roped in with guys with Pepe profile pictures and Race War 1488 as their username.
What's the Kekis? Is that something for later?
That's something that we're going to get to in a little bit.
Okay, all right. Well, we've talked about Elon.